Yeah. Mhm. Staff projections of the future path of the portfolio and income show that the timing for the portfolio to reach its long run size, yes, will depend on numerous variables, including the path of longer term interest rates. Yeah. The bank's demand for reserves, right? The reserves that you have that are excess of the amount that is necessary to be kept at the bank. And then the FOMC's future choices about its operating regime. Yeah. Now, this is a good explanation. The Federal Open Market Committee's future choices about its operating regime. And then the evolution of other non reserve liabilities. Yeah. This is an evolving liability, but they're non reserve liabilities. Yes. As in their securities. Uh huh. hmm Exactly how much of the liabilities of the Federal Reserve are not actual treasuries or U.S. government securities. I mean, we know that you only have 21.3 billion, yes, in foreign reserves. So I just wondered, is there any corporations where you've been buying some stock and you thought, well, as long as the market goes up, they'll do fine? Now, this regime, yeah. Are we going to change that? Yeah. Because you're making choices about your operating regime, and I kind of thought that the Federal Open Market Committee was something that had been established, but maybe you're going to change the actual committee members, or you want to make it bigger. Maybe we need a few thousand individuals to decide exactly what the future choices of the Federal Reserve Bank are. And then there's this whole demand for the reserves of the banks. They keep their reserves on reserve at the federal level. And then the longer term interest rates. Now, this path of longer term interest rates, it has the implication that you're going to continue to raise interest rates, but really, it means that you have no idea what the interest rates are going to be because longer term means that you don't know what the interest rate's going to be. It's as if all these variables could kind of be manipulated to. Could you get me what the interest rate's going to be on the Fed funds rate approximately? Oh, 2 to 4 years from now, based upon your evaluation of the. Well, see, the New York Fed, December 2000 OM suggests that the size of the portfolio normalizes sometimes between 20 and 22 within those 2 years at levels between 2.5 trillion and 3.3 trillion. There's a normalization of approximately $800 billion. Yes, that's going to happen sometime between 2020 and 2022. 800 billion. Now, in that 800 billion, you feel no compulsion to get rid of all foreign currency reserves. Can do it. Seems that $800 billion, when you really think about it, there's a lot of wiggle room in there. Uh, See, the projections also indicate that the portfolio's net income will remain solidly positive across a range of scenarios, a finding consistent with the results of a similar analysis conducted by the desk in July of 2017. Now, I think it's so good that you're managing the actual money supply of the United States, and you're going to somehow normalize it between 2020 and 2022, somewhere in there. And it's going to normalize somewhere between 2.5 and 3.3 trillion. Yes, it is. Just an $800 billion question mark.